Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at three measures of central tendency, namely the mean, the mode, and the median. The first thing that we're going to look at is our mean, or what is called our average. When you think about the average of a data set, you're thinking about the sum of all the numbers within your data set, and then of course you're going to divide that by the total number that you have within the data set. So take, for example, our data set here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers within the data set. So in order to figure out what the mean of the data set is equal to, we first need to again add up all the numbers. In that case, if you were to plug all those numbers within your calculator, you will figure out that our sum is 450. And then remember that we have 6 numbers within our data set. So we're dividing 450 by 6. And you figure out, again, when you calculate this, that 450 divided by 6 is 75. So 75 is the mean of the entire data set. The second thing that we're going to look at is our mode. And when you think about the mode of a data set, think about that number that occurs most frequent, or the number that you see popping up the most within the data set. So again, let's familiarize yourself with the data set. We have again 75, 70, 80, 65, 85, and 75. So if you notice, we have 75 popping up twice in the data set. So in this case, our mode, which is the number that occurs the most, is also 75. So again, our mean is 75, our mode is also 75. The last thing we're going to look at is our median. And when you think about the word median, think middle. Think about that number that falls in the middle of your data set. Before we can figure out what the median is, however, we have to first organize the numbers from least to greatest. So let's go ahead and get that done. So we're trying to find those, or median. So again, we're organizing all these numbers, and we have 6 of them from least to greatest. The lowest number here is 65. So we're going to go ahead and put 65 as our first number. And as you go ahead and put the numbers in, make sure you're putting a line through them so that you don't confuse yourself and you're able to figure out which numbers you use and which ones are still available. So we have 65. If you look, we have 70. That is the next number. After 70 comes the 2 75s that we have. So we're going to have 75 here and another 75 there. And then, of course, we have 2 numbers left. We have 80, 85. So we're going to put the numbers in that order. So we have 80 and then 85. So 65, 70, 75, 75, 80, 85. That is our order. Now, what we have to do is that we have to select that number that falls in the middle of our data set. And recall that we have 6 numbers. So because we have an even set of numbers, we're going to have 2 numbers that fall in the middle. In this case, we have the 2 75s that falls in the middle. And if you notice, to the left of our data set, we have 2 numbers. To the right, we also have 2 numbers. So in order to figure out what the median is, we have to find the average of 75 and 75. So we're just adding those 2 numbers together and dividing by 2. So we have 75 plus 75 divided by 2, which is equal to 150 divided by 2, it still gives us that 75. And of course, even without calculating, you should notice that if you have 2 75s and you're trying to find the average of 75 and 75, it is going to be 75. So in this case, our mean, our mode, and our median all work out to be 75. However, that will not always be the case. You can typically have different numbers for your mean, your mode, and your median. Make sure that you're doing your calculations correctly. Trying to remember that another word for mean is average, and of course you're adding all the numbers up, then dividing by the total number that you have within your data set. For the mode, you're looking for that number that occurs the most in the data set. And then for the median, you're looking for that middle number. But of course, you have to organize the numbers from least to greatest before you can figure out what that middle number is. And recall that if you have an even number of data, then you're going to have 2 numbers that fall in the middle, which you have to find the average of to find your median. However, if you have an odd number, then only 1 number will fall in the middle, and that will be your median. So if you have any questions or concerns, please make sure you leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.